Honey, if you are still doing your own grocery shopping, we have a problem. I mean, when was the last time you saw Gwyneth Paltrow pushing a cart through Target? Never. But since apparently not all of you have found your millionaire husband yet, and Mr. Millionaire is busy at his yacht club meeting, I suppose I need to teach you peasants how to shop without going broke. Because nothing breaks my heart more than seeing a woman with potential settle for store-brand cereal when she could be sipping champagne in a penthouse overlooking Central Park. But first, let me tell you something that happened last week that will absolutely shock you and change how you think about money forever. I was at Whole Foods, not shopping, obviously, just picking up my weekly organic green juice cleanse package, when I witnessed something that made my blood pressure spike higher than my credit limit. I saw this woman arguing with the cashier about a $3 difference on her receipt. $3. Meanwhile, she was wearing fake Louboutin shoes that probably cost more than $3 to manufacture in whatever factory they came from. But here's the plot twist that made me almost drop my $20 green juice. She was arguing about the price of organic blueberries while her cart was full of processed junk food that costs more per ounce than my monthly spa treatments. That moment changed everything for me. I realized most women are doing poverty wrong. They are spending money on things that make them look rich while staying broke. They are buying fake designer accessories but eating like college students surviving on ramen noodles. But you know what separates truly wealthy women from the wannabes? We know how to save money strategically so we can spend it on what actually matters. Investments, real estate, networking events, and finding a man who makes our bank account as happy as we make him. Listen, according to recent data, Americans spend an average of $6,053 a year, or roughly $504 a month, on groceries. That is over $6,000 you could be investing in your future instead of throwing away on overpriced organic kale. And with grocery prices rising by 22.5% over the past 4 years, even millionaires are starting to pay attention to their grocery bills. But here is what really gets me fired up. Eating at restaurants now costs 3.6% more than last year, while home cooking only increased by 1.6%. So while you are trying to impress some broke boy by splitting the check at a fancy restaurant, which, by the way, is already a red flag because real men pay for dinner, you could be saving money by cooking at home and using that extra cash to take a sommelier course where you might meet someone who actually owns a winery in Napa Valley. And let me share another secret that will blow your mind. According to recent studies, high-income households, people making over $100,000 annually, are 36% more likely to prefer online grocery shopping. You know why? Because wealthy people value their time more than they value wandering through aisles designed to separate them from their money. Time is the only thing you cannot buy more of, even with a black card. The women who follow my advice are not just saving money on groceries, they are using those savings to invest in themselves. One of my followers, Sarah from Miami, saved $200 monthly on groceries using my strategies and invested that money in a real estate course. 6 months later, she bought her first rental property. Another follower, Jessica from Beverly Hills, used her grocery savings to pay for tennis lessons at an exclusive country club, where she met her now fiancé who owns 3 car dealerships. These are not coincidences. These are strategies. So grab your Birkin, or your Birkin knockoff, I do not judge, because Duchess of Dollars is about to school you on how to shop like a smart rich woman, not a rich woman who is about to be poor. Tip 1. Never shop hungry, darling. You know what separates us from the common folk? Self-control. Shopping while hungry makes you spend double because your stomach talks louder than your brain. Have you ever seen Angelina Jolie grocery shopping after a juice cleanse? Neither have I. Because wealthy women eat before they make financial decisions. Eat first, shop smart, stay rich. Tip 2. Avoid rich people stores when you are still poor. I cannot believe I have to explain this, but shopping at Dean & DeLuca when you have a Target budget is not manifestation. It is delusion. Shop at stores that match your current reality, not your future fantasy. Save Whole Foods for when you can afford to not look at prices. There is no shame in shopping at Aldi when you are building your empire. Even I started at discount stores. Granted, I was 12 and spending daddy's money, but still. Tip 3. Warehouse stores are your rich girl training ground. Costco and Sam's Club are where you learn to think like a wealthy person. Buying in bulk, thinking long-term, getting quality at better prices. Buying in bulk saves shoppers 25% on average. Plus, you never know who you might meet in the wine section of a warehouse store. I once heard about a woman who met her future husband while reaching for the same case of Dom Perignon at Costco. They bonded over their refined taste and practical shopping. Now that is a love story. Tip 4. Do not trust sale signs, trust math. Stores put items on sale that were never full price to begin with. You know what we call that in the millionaire world? False advertising. Always check the unit price, not the flashy sale sign. Rich people do not get distracted by marketing. We get distracted by returns on investment. Tip 5. Leave the children at home unless you want to go broke. Bringing children grocery shopping when you do not have millionaire discipline is like bringing a credit card to a casino. They will beg for everything expensive and sugary. Save yourself the financial pain and shop solo. Your future wealthy self will thank you. Tip 6. Monthly shopping beats weekly temptation. Every trip to the store costs over $100 these days. The more you go, the more you spend on impulse purchases. Monthly shopping means fewer opportunities to blow your budget on things you do not need. Think of it as limiting your exposure to financial temptation. Tip 7. Shop after mid-month for better prices. Here is some insider knowledge. Stores raise prices at the beginning of the month when everyone has money from paychecks. Shop after the 15th when stores lower prices to attract customers. Even millionaires appreciate a good deal. We just do not brag about it. Tip 8. Make a list and stick to it like your prenup. A shopping list is your financial prenup with the grocery store. Stick to it religiously. Stores are designed to make you spend more. They put expensive items at eye level and necessities in the back. Do not let them play games with your money. Tip 9. Online grocery shopping is the new black. Plot twist. Shopping for groceries online through apps like Instacart often costs less than shopping in-store. You avoid impulse purchases, can compare prices easily, and many apps offer first-time buyer discounts. Plus, you can stack multiple cashback apps like Ibotta, Fetch Rewards, and Checkout 51 on the same receipt. It is like getting paid to shop. Very wealthy woman behavior. Tip 10. Watch those small price differences. $1 here, $2 there. Suddenly you have spent $50 extra on slight upgrades you do not need. Unless you are buying ingredients for a dinner party to impress a billionaire, generic brands work just fine for most things. Save the premium spending for when it actually matters. Tip 11. Quality over brand worship. Not everything expensive is better, and not everything cheap is worse. I have tasted store-brand chocolate that rivals Godiva. Test different brands and find what actually provides value. Smart, wealthy women know the difference between paying for quality and paying for marketing. Tip 12. Know where to buy your protein. Meat is usually cheaper at butcher shops than supermarkets. If you must eat peasant proteins like chicken instead of Wagyu, at least get them at the best price. And consider eating more chicken and pork. They are significantly cheaper than beef and just as versatile for impressing dinner guests. Tip 13. Avoid grocery store psychology tricks. Stores put expensive items at eye level and cheaper options high or low on shelves. They also place candy and expensive impulse buys at checkout at children's eye level. Do not fall for these tricks. Look up, look down, but do not look broke. Tip 14. Be smart about buy one, get one deals. Only buy multiple items if you actually need them. Getting a deal on things you do not use is not saving money. It is wasting space and cash. Unless it is champagne with a long shelf life, be selective about bulk deals. Tip 15. Do not buy more perishables than you can eat. Nothing screams financially irresponsible like a refrigerator full of moldy vegetables. Buy fresh foods in quantities you will actually consume. Throwing away food is literally throwing away money. Tip 16. Shop farmers markets strategically. Farmers markets often have better deals on fresh produce than big grocery chains, especially late in the day when vendors want to sell remaining items. Plus, you might meet a charming organic farmer who owns several hundred acres. Just saying. Tip 17. Buy seasonal produce only. Out-of-season fruits cost more because they are shipped from far away. Seasonal produce is fresher, more nutritious, and cheaper. Eat strawberries in summer, apples in fall. Your wallet and your health will thank you. Tip 18. Plan ahead to avoid desperation shopping. Running out of essentials forces you to buy at the nearest, most expensive store. Stock up before you run out completely. Emergency shopping always costs more, like dating out of desperation instead of choice. Tip 19. Buy large sizes when it makes sense. Buying larger quantities usually costs less per unit, but not always. Calculate the per unit cost to make sure bigger is actually better value. Sometimes stores trick you by making smaller sizes a better deal. Tip 20. Freeze what you cannot finish. Bread, bananas, meat. Almost everything can be frozen to extend its life. Do not let food go bad when you can preserve it for later. Wealthy people hate waste because waste is inefficient. Tip 21. Try store brands first. Store brands are often made by the same companies as name brands but cost 20 to 30% less. The packaging might not be as pretty, but your bank account will be prettier. Tip 22. Use store loyalty programs. Most grocery stores offer rewards programs with exclusive discounts. Some stores give up to 10 cents off per reusable bag you bring. These small savings add up over time. Tip 23. Download money-making apps. Apps like Ibotta offer up to 30% cash back on groceries, while Fetch Rewards gives you points just for scanning receipts. You can use multiple apps on the same receipt to maximize your earnings. It is like having a personal assistant that pays you. Tip 24. Check clearance sections. Items near their expiration date often get marked down significantly. If you plan to use them immediately, this is smart shopping. Just make sure you actually need them. A deal is only a deal if you use what you buy. Tip 25. Avoid gambling your grocery money. Since we are talking about smart money choices, let me be clear. I only gamble if the prize is a millionaire husband or a private island. Otherwise, I prefer to bet on myself. You want to play the lottery? Honey, you already lost when you were born without a trust fund. The house always wins, and the house is not paying your rent. The only lottery ticket you should buy is the one for charity galas where you might meet your future business partner or future rich husband. Both work. Bonus tips for the overachievers. Tip 26. Master the art of coupon stacking without looking desperate. Digital coupons are your friend, but physical coupon clipping is for people who have too much time and too little money. Use store apps that automatically apply digital coupons to your loyalty card. Kroger, Safeway, and Target all have apps with weekly digital deals. Stack manufacturer coupons with store coupons, but do it elegantly. Rich women are efficient, not extreme. Tip 27. Understand store layouts. Like a retail strategist, grocery stores are designed by psychologists to separate you from your money. They put the dairy and bread, things you actually need, in the back so you have to walk past everything else. The most expensive items are placed at eye level. Cheaper options are on the bottom shelf. Navigate like you own the place, not like you are being led around by marketing tricks. Tip 28. Use credit cards that pay you back. If you are not using a cashback credit card for groceries, you are literally leaving money on the table. Cards like the American Express Blue Cash Preferred give you 6% back on groceries up to $6,000 annually. That is $360 back per year just for buying food you were going to buy anyway. Pay it off immediately. Rich women never pay interest to credit card companies. Tip 29. Learn to read unit prices like financial statements. The unit price tells you the real cost per ounce, pound, or item. Sometimes the smaller package is actually cheaper per unit than the bulk option. This is basic math that will save you hundreds of dollars per year. If you cannot do this calculation, download a calculator app. Math skills are wealth skills. Tip 30. Strategic meal planning prevents poverty purchases. Plan your meals around store sales, not around your cravings. Check store flyers before making your meal plan. If chicken is on sale, make chicken dishes that week. If salmon is marked down, pretend you are dining at a 5-star restaurant but paying grocery store prices. Flexibility in meal planning shows financial intelligence. Tip 31. Stock up during loss. Leader sales. Stores sometimes sell popular items at a loss to get you in the door. These are called loss leaders. When they put premium items like organic coffee or fancy pasta sauce at rock-bottom prices, stock up. But only if you actually use these items regularly. Buying 50 bottles of expensive olive oil because it is on sale is not smart if you cook twice a year. Tip 32. Understand shrinkflation and fight back. Companies are making packages smaller while keeping prices the same. This is called shrinkflation. Your favorite cereal box now has less cereal but costs the same. Always check the weight or volume, not just the price. Sometimes switching to a different brand gives you more product for your money. Tip 33. Use pickup services to avoid impulse spending. Grocery pickup services often waive fees for orders over $50, and you avoid the temptation of impulse purchases. You can also see your total as you shop and make adjustments before checking out. This is especially helpful if you have zero self-control around the bakery section. Tip 34. Time your shopping. Like a Wall Street trader. Shop Tuesday through Thursday for the best selection and freshest products. Avoid weekends when stores are crowded and picked over. Early morning shopping gets you first pick of sales items and marked down products. Think of it as having insider information. Tip 35. Create a price book for your most bought items. Keep track of the lowest prices you have seen for items you buy regularly. This way you know if a sale is actually a good deal or just regular pricing with fancy signage. Rich people know the value of everything they buy. Listen, these 35 tips can save you $100 to $200 per month. Money you can invest in yourself, your education, or finding a man who will never make you worry about grocery prices again. But until Prince Charming shows up with his black card, you need to be smart with your money. Remember, there is a difference between being cheap and being strategic. Cheap is using expired coupons and arguing with cashiers over 50 cents. Strategic is maximizing your resources so you can focus on bigger financial goals. like building wealth, starting a business, buying real estate, or positioning yourself to meet quality men who appreciate a woman with financial intelligence and ambition. You see, most women think saving money on groceries is about clipping coupons and shopping at discount stores, but wealthy women understand that grocery savings are just the foundation. Every dollar you save on food is a dollar you can invest in assets that generate passive income. Every dollar you do not waste on impulse purchases is a dollar you can put toward experiences that expand your network and opportunities. Let me paint you a picture of what smart grocery budgeting can do for your life. Imagine saving $200 monthly on groceries. In 1 year, that is $2,400. You could use that money for a down payment on an investment property, to start an online business, to take courses that increase your earning potential, or to join exclusive clubs where you network with successful people. This is how wealthy women think. We see grocery savings as seed money for bigger opportunities. But most women are stuck in scarcity mindset. They think saving money means they are poor, so they overspend to feel rich temporarily. Then they wonder why they cannot afford the lifestyle they want. The women I coach understand that temporary sacrifice leads to permanent abundance. They would rather eat home-cooked meals for a year and buy a rental property than eat out every night and stay broke forever. If you want to learn more ways to become financially fabulous and stop worrying about grocery receipts, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. A rich woman is always learning, always growing, and always planning her next move. Now tell me in the comments, what is your biggest grocery budget challenge? And please do not lie to me about buying organic everything when you are still checking your bank balance before every purchase. I can spot fake financial confidence faster than I can spot fake designer bags. And trust me, I have a PhD in both. Also, I want to know, what are you planning to do with the money you save from these tips? Are you going to invest it wisely, or are you going to blow it on something that depreciates in value? Because if you are going to save money on groceries just to spend it on fast fashion from Shein, we need to have a different conversation about your priorities. Here is what I want you to do right now. Calculate how much you currently spend on groceries monthly. Then implement just 5 of these tips and track your savings for 1 month. Come back and tell me exactly how much money you saved and what you plan to do with those savings. The women who take action on my advice are the ones who transform their financial lives. And for those of you who think these tips are too much work, let me remind you of something. Building wealth requires effort. If you want the lifestyle where someone else does your grocery shopping, you need to do the work now to afford that lifestyle later. Every successful woman I know went through a phase where she had to be strategic about every dollar. The difference is that they saw it as temporary sacrifice for permanent gain, not as punishment for being poor. I left links in my pinned comment for products that will actually make you wealthy, not just look wealthy. Because the goal is not to cosplay richness with expensive groceries, but to build real wealth that lasts. Before we wrap this up, let me share the most important lesson I learned from watching wealthy families for 35 years. They never waste money to impress people who cannot help them succeed. Every expense is either an investment or a strategic choice. Grocery shopping falls into both categories. It is an investment in your health and a strategic choice that affects your ability to build wealth. The women who email me 6 months after watching my videos are not the ones who picked 1 or 2 easy tips. They are the ones who implemented systematic changes to how they think about money. They stopped trying to look rich and started focusing on becoming rich. They stopped spending money to impress others and started investing money to impress their future selves. So here is my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, track every grocery dollar you save using these strategies. At the end of the month, take that saved money and do something that moves you closer to financial independence. Open a high-yield savings account, buy a share of stock, invest in a course that teaches you a valuable skill, or put it toward an emergency fund. Because here is what I know about you that you might not know about yourself yet. You have the potential to be wealthy. You just need to stop acting like someone who will always struggle with money and start acting like someone who is building an empire, one smart decision at a time. The grocery store is just your training ground. The real game is building generational wealth, creating passive income streams, and positioning yourself to never have to worry about the price of anything ever again. These 35 tips are not just about saving money on food. They are about developing the mindset and habits that create financial abundance. Your homework is not just to save money on groceries. Your homework is to start thinking like the wealthy woman you are destined to become. Every dollar you save, every smart choice you make, every strategic decision you implement is building the foundation for the life you truly want. And remember, when you do become the woman who never has to look at grocery prices again, you will still use these strategies, not because you have to, but because wasting money is never elegant, no matter how much you have. Stay rich, stay smart, and remember, budget like a queen. If this video helped you see grocery shopping as wealth building instead of just survival, show me some love with that like button. And if you want to learn more strategies for building wealth while living fabulously, subscribe and hit that notification bell because your financial education is not complete until you understand that every area of your life is an opportunity to build wealth or waste money. I left all the links for wealth-building products and courses in my pinned comment below. Not the cheap knockoff stuff that promises overnight success, but the real investments that create lasting financial transformation. Next week, I am going to teach you how to turn your grocery savings into your first investment portfolio because saving money is just step one of building generational wealth. The real magic happens when you make your money work as hard as you do. Until then, stay fabulous, stay strategic, and never forget that every wealthy woman started exactly where you are right now, with the decision to stop making excuses and start making better choices.